Hey, Remo back, and we are back out in Snowrunner again. Just finished up my Halliburton Highlands map for expeditions, and now we're going to get back to modding some good old Snowrunner hauling fun. Wasn't too sure where to go after I finished up the expeditions mod map. And I got a bunch of ideas, but I just couldn't really put my finger on building anything in particular, so I started digging around in some of my same maps I started and never really went back to, and this one caught my eye. I basically just had the highway laid in, big mountain to the one side. Don't even remember really putting it together, but started playing around with it, and sure enough, most of this week I have been plugging away at just adding to it, and it's kind of lit a bit of a spark. And when you get something like that, a bit of inspiration, you gotta run with it. So right now you're looking at what I've been up to and what's coming next. There's a little bit of a camera glitch. We're gonna have to look into that a bit more. These are the new ramps. I think they were season 12. Good old Snowrunner things, I guess we'll call it. That camera glitching on the collision there. Today we're using the Edison and the solid neck low boys. They're both from TWM. I'll link them down below, and the skidder is from the IX forestry pack. So just kind of a fun little RP run here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna head up and over the mountain, taking the nicest road there's going to be, although it'll be the longest one. And we're going to head over. There's a nice little farmland over on the other side. We're going to have a look at a spot that is going to be turning into a mud park, which is going to be kind of a destination thing. I'm really thinking I'm probably going to add this to the Highway Hauling 2 region. Make it kind of a, as I said, a destination thing with the mud park and some camping. You're going to see the very beginnings of it, so you'll see it evolve. What I picture for this map is a lot more of the same from the first highway hauling style of missions. So we're going to have some big hauls. We're going to have a whole bunch of vehicle recoveries. There's going to be logging, lumber hauling to stores. Most of the log pickups are going to be up on top of the mountain, so you're going to see a fair chunk of this be civilized, and as usual there's going to be some good tough trails that you're going to have to basically go through a good mix of vehicles, just like a typical highway hauling map. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to end up putting it in, but it just kind of fits, so most likely I will. Keep in mind what you're seeing now is pretty bare bones in terms of buildings. I'm just kind of getting the layout, figuring out where I want stuff, where missions are going to end up back and forth. You'll see when we get over this mountaintop here that I really like the look of the farmland in the editor, and I'm hoping that it turns out just as good in game. All of this I've kind of worked on this very small area just to kind of take you all through to get an idea of what's coming with this one. Thought we were going to take that sign out, but expert driving, not likely. You can see here I'm kind of making, as usual, some small community areas and stores and hotel over there. So again, a lot of role-playing opportunities. Gonna keep going with adding in a few of the garages that you can park in for photo ops and stuff like that. So just again laying out kind of the road system, where things are gonna be. I'll probably end up splitting up some of the log sizes and amounts if I add this into the Highway Hauling 2 region, just to give a opportunity to go to both maps. And this would probably join on Bentwood, I would expect, out the other end of that highway. So in here you can see very basic, just kind of threw the houses and driveways in and kind of get the ditches put in. And again, another thing that adds so much realism, I find, is having the ditches along the road, drainage and stuff. When you're shaping ground, just think water. That does so much of the ground shaping, right? When you're building a map, just keep that in mind, map makers. And here we're gonna head a long way up. And this is where from here on out, we're not seeing any more pavement. There are a bunch of ways over this mountain, I'm gonna call it, I guess, whatever you think. Really big hill. This is gonna be the only like real road, so it's kind of a windy, up and down, lots of turns, steep road that you can take bigger stuff up and down, but there are gonna be a lot of shorter. There's gonna be a whole bunch of trails up top. Probably not as much mud on this one. And I don't even think I'm gonna do much with rocks. Maybe just some of the small ground ones that move and a few like that. And I haven't thought of a name, so if anyone gets any inspiration of a name, shoot it down below. Areas like this on the fence, do we want to go no guardrails so that it's a little more conducive to mistakes costing you? Because I mean, in all reality, most places you're going to have guardrails along a road like this. I'm torn. I like the challenge, but I also want it to look real, so opinion down below if you have one. We're just about up at the top for this road. It does go quite a bit higher when you start hopping off onto all the side trails. And I have them roughed out, but not ready to have a look at. But it is up above us on the right quite a ways. Trying to give this road just enough chop that it could make you wipe out, but you can still get fairly good sized loads, because this is going to be probably your preferred way for a couple of deliveries out this way. I can see maybe some hay bales and some of the consumables coming from this. It is a little farming community you'll see when we finally make our way down here. Now I would imagine these hills in and out are going to be pretty tough on a lot of trucks. This 750 Edison's having a pretty easy time. Now I did pick the OP engine because just want to have a quick run and look. I've just been building all week. I haven't loaded it up till now. And I'm really happy with I wanted to have that kind of country feel. Feels very Ontario to me here. You're gonna see we'll get down here. Now I'm kind of messing around with adding in the wheat and sunflowers and stuff in the fields to make sure we're not getting any crazy frame drops. So the fields may look a little sparse now. This little pond turned out pretty nice, but I'll kind of work with it. It's always that fine balance between how good it looks and how good it plays. I'd really like to know too if there's any specific things you guys want to see hauled around, in terms of if you've played. Pretty much I'm going to hook it up to Highway Hauling 2 region, it seems like, but if you've played that, maybe some of the trailers or stuff that you want to try, any ideas for stuff we can do up on top of the mountain. It's going to be all tight little trails, logging trails. It's literally where you're going to go up and pick up some of the logs, and I'm just going to have a whole bunch of little trail network system up there, just play around on and do missions on. So I'm thinking like antennas or radio tower stuff. I'm gonna have some watchtowers up there. You can see the wheat in the field. It's a little more sparse than I was hoping. And there's sunflowers. I mean, I'm not seeing any big frame rate drops, so I could probably go a little thicker on both of those. I haven't really used them before, so. Here we're just getting down right to the end, which is going to be the lumber mill, which you're going to get the lumber for. So essentially you're going to have to go get logs, open up the mill, and then from the mill hauling it to the stores on this map and probably the other two in Highway Holland 2 region. So big long hauls are going to be 3 maps in a row, so you're going to have some good long highway runs and probably 1 small connector run between each map, or road, sorry. So what we'll do right now real quick is we'll hop over here. This is going to be where the big mud park is going to end up. So this is going to be a camping destination, RP kind of thing. Place to just go beat up a truck a bit. I've just started flattening it out, adding water, so it's like this is the very beginning of it. But this whole big area is going to be mudding and jumps and all that kind of fun stuff, and going to have a campground set up around it. And there's a road that goes up around that you're going to head up to where the logging camp is to actually get the logs. So this is one way over there. And while we're here, we'll just have a quick look at the little farm area I started for the sake of just seeing how it looks. Again, get kind of a different feel over on this side of the map. Don't see there being a ton of mud in this. It's going to be a little different challenge, I guess. Yeah, this looks pretty nice. Again, real quick start, threw in a few things. There's no little things anywhere. Guess we might as well go hop in the sunflower field here and check our frame rate and how things are looking. So let me know any suggestions, ideas, what you like, what you don't, and thanks for watching. We'll talk to you all again real soon. Hope you like what you're seeing.